Just past the 100 lap mark. Lots of motorsports coming your way. NASCAR now tonight, 12:45 a.m. Eastern time. We'll update everything that happened throughout the weekend and what's going on as we officially get to the halfway point in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. How about some NASCAR Camping World Truck Series action in Martinsville at 12:30 Eastern time next Saturday on Speed. NASCAR Nationwide Series at Memphis, 3 o'clock Eastern time next Saturday on ESPN2. And of course the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Martinsville, Virginia. Historic Martinsville Speedway presented by Goodyear, 1 o'clock Eastern time next Sunday. Denny Hamlin in the 11 car is our leader right now. See, moving in on the 88 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. He is the last car on the lead lap in 29th position. And look at this 48 car trying to hold off with the 42 car again, just like he was before they came on pit road a moment ago. Montoya, one of the fastest cars on the track.
And you see Jimmy's now got a little bit of gap on Montoya. Montoya was right on his bumper there for a few laps. It looks like Jimmy's car is a little bit better this run, although it seemed like the last run it took a while, quite a few laps before Jimmy's car kind of fell off. So good right now with the tires still fresh.
Now behind this group is the 99 car, the only chase car right now not on the lead lap, and that is Carl Edwards, being shown in 33rd position. We talked about he made a run when the green flag waved up to about 20th spot, then fell back to 38. They made an adjustment on the car because he was just so loose, DJ, and they've tried to help it, but he's still now languishing back in 33rd.
Yeah, they're just not getting this car to Carl's liking. He's loose on the entry and exit. His car's tight in the middle, and that's a nightmare for a crew chief to try to fix, and it's hard for a driver to drive.
It'll be a long night for the 99.
Here's 7th, 8th, and 9th. Mark Martin, Clint Boyer, and Casey Kane as Boyer goes to the high side and Kane down to the bottom of the racetrack. Martin in the middle.
And look how high Clint Boyer's running right there, trying to sneak up on the right rear. Mark, he does it. They split Mark.
Wide.
Tell you what, guys, I'm watching the corners right now as this race continues on about lap 105 right now. This track is definitely changing a lot right now. We're down here in the studio noticing that the corners are getting much blacker. We're seeing Kenz's car getting really loose. A lot of cars starting to handle different right now. So, Dale, you well know what we talked about earlier about how this track changes a lot. You got to keep up with it. I think right now we're at the point these guys got to start looking at that.
Yeah, and I think that's what's been impressive. Andy's pointed out a number of times about Montoya really searching around. Every time they change tires, he's driving a little bit different line. He's the one driver that I see that's really trying to find where his car is going to go the best at that particular time. And you're right, Rusty, the rest of these guys are going to have to do the same thing. Denny Hamlin looks like his is on the rail, but the rest of them better start searching a little bit.
Yeah, they got to work these corners like you said. There's no doubt about that. You see Montoya right now right on the bottom of the racetrack. And, guys, I've been listening to you. You've been exactly right about this line that Montoya's taken. Very, very high on entry. One thing I've noticed, though, that's kind of an IndyCar entry. This guy comes from open wheel. They tend to run very, very high, getting at the corner and then bring the car down. But you got to have a lot of confidence in your car that you're not going to lose the rear of the car, and he must have that right now.
You know, Rusty, we talked about Montoya running that IndyCar line at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 400 when he led all those laps, but that line really worked for him up high.
Yeah, I tell you, Doc, it's working good for him right now, and the guy knows how to do it. Another guy right there, Denny Hamlin, he's a bottom feeder. You see him on the bottom of the track there, kind of searching around. I don't think you're going to see any consistent line throughout the night from what I'm seeing right now. It's about 45 degrees outside, folks, right now here in North Carolina. Very cold, a lot of guys struggling with handling, and you're going to see this track again change as the night goes on. It dips down probably in the 30s before this race is over.
Battle for third position, guys. Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson. Watch the 18 car of Kyle Busch. We talked about he dominated here last night in the Nationwide race. Dave.
And Jimmy Johnson's crew made an adjustment for him on that last stop. He radioed in a few laps ago how he felt about that.
How's your car, bud? On the edgy side, loose, and I like it. 10-4, looking good.
Remember, the car was a little bit tight for him, difficult to turn, a little edgy. He likes it.
Boy, Kyle Busch is hanging on there. Nearly got the concrete wall on the outside as he will lose, just gathered the car back in, but he will lose another position as the 42 of Montoya goes by.
Yeah, looks like his car's pretty loose right now. Just really struggling to try to keep up, not lose too many spots.
Pretty good battle here. The one car of Truex on the outside. There's David Rudiman. We talked about he was ailing. They had Dave Blaney standing by to relief drive for the 0 of Rudiman. But these guys having a pretty good battle here. That's 9th and 10th.
Yeah, he's moved up into the top 10. You see Mark Truex going to that high side, trying to take over that 9th spot. Yeah, racing all over this racetrack as far as bottom, down the white line, all the way to the outside. Jamie, what do they say about Rudiman now?
Well, he refuses to say how he feels behind the wheel. He does not want to get out, but Dave Blaney is standing by right now, and the car is getting better. But guys, remember, he won the last race here. He's the defending winner, and he said that means the world to him, and he was going to try everything in his power to stay in there, Shannon.
What a great run for Martin Truex, and he is riding that rim right now. He has had no top 10s in the past 19 races, and right now, guys, he is in the top 10. The car is good, just a little bit snug, but they did not make any changes on that last pit stop. Just 4 tires for that one car.
Shannon, he is the fastest car right now on the racetrack. Just ran a 30.33 last time by, and he is sailing in that one car. He mentioned his best finish this year was a 6th at Darlington. Last top 5 was at Watkins Glen in August of 2008. That's been a long time for a very good race driver not having a top 5 finish. Biggest mover, how about the 07 of Casey Mears? And Casey, the last month and a half, this whole RCR organization has come together and gotten better and better cars. He had a great run going last week and still had a good finish at California. Finished 11th.
Yeah, he finished 11th last week, but he ran up in the top 6 or 7 a lot of the race. Some guys got some tires at the end when he elected to stay out, and that cost him a few positions. I'm really impressed because I watched these guys yesterday maybe thinking that momentum would carry over, but they just weren't that good in practice. But you can see they've done the right things, made the right adjustments tonight. He's up in the top 10 once again.
Whoa, the 9 car, Casey Kane trying to hang on coming off the corner.
Well, he is not afraid to run this car right on the ragged edge, right next to the wall. He is making some very fast lap times right now, and he's in 6th spot. See, right up next to that wall.
I mentioned Casey Kane, a 3-time winner at this racetrack. He won both of them in 2006 and also won the spring race here in 2008. Denny Hamlin is our leader here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Hamlin now has led the last 42 laps. The 5th place car, Kyle Busch, has spun, bringing out caution number 4 on the night. 18 car getting sideways up in turn 4 just a moment ago, and now we have another yellow flag waving. Let's show you what happened to Kyle.
Well, we had talked about how loose his car looked, Andy. It looked like it got away from him here, maybe.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, that thing just snapped around quickly. I mean, he was loose through there, but that thing just snapped around on him.
Yeah, one of the way Kyle really makes his car go fast is going through the center of the corner really fast. But when it gets too much on the edge, that's the kind of thing that can happen.
From Casey Kane's onboard camera, now watch this car just snap.
Well, it does. It just steps right out there. See the tires light up and smoke.
He did a nice job of not hitting anything.
Scott Speed able to go underneath him. Watch the 82 car get by.
That right there is about when you panic as a driver. You're just not sure where to go and how fast that car is going to come your way. Scott Speed did a nice job avoiding that.
Nice shot from above, courtesy of our good friends at the Goodyear blimp high above there. New Fuel Max tires help you get there on less gas. Calculate your savings at GoodyearTires.com. 4th caution of the night, and that'll bring everyone back on the pit road here. Let's go down to Jamie Little.
And Matt Kenseth says after that last stop, he's a little too loose on the gas, but it's turning on a dime, something you don't hear about these cars very often. 4 tires, they already made the air pressure adjustment for the 17.
The 42 of Juan Pablo Montoya at the top of the screen. Juan Pablo says that's as loose as I want to drive it. So crew chief Brian Patty's going to make a chassis adjustment to snug it up. Dave?
Leader, center of your screen, Denny Hamlin loose at the start of the run, tight at the end of the run. Wedge and air pressure adjustment. Jimmie Johnson, bottom of your screen, giving up his track position for 4 fresh tires, Sunoco fuel, and an air pressure adjustment. The car was turning well on the gas, but still just a little bit tight coming off the corner for the 48.
Some strategy there, guys. 2 tires for Gordon, Biffle, and Newman, and gaining a ton of position.
Looks like some people were paying attention on pit road when they saw Matt Kenseth get 2 tires earlier in the race.
The Aaron's lucky dog under this caution flag will be the 7 car, Robbie Gordon. There's Robbie. He was the first car a lap down. He'll be able to get the free pass and get back on the lead lap. Back after this message and a word from our ABC station.